A friend of mine just sent me a link to an article of a company that is selling gluten-free water at high-end boutiques around the country. Now, when I first saw this, I thought that it was a spoof or a parody, but it's not. This was a legitimate news website, and it was a real story. And it just goes to show the problems we have with the diet fad culture in our country. Because first off, water does not have gluten in it to begin with. For someone to sell gluten-free water is like me selling cotton-free helium. It's just stupid. But the diet fad industry in our country is worth billions upon billions of dollars because people will believe whatever is in front of them. You know, they're not going to look at multiple sources of information. They're not going to try to, you know, look at the research or whatever. I mean, there's people that believe that holding up like crystals or whatever to your body somehow heals you. People are literally holding up rocks to their body thinking that it's going to heal their body of something. It's just stupidity on steroids. And second off, if you don't have celiacs or a medically diagnosed gluten-free, or a medically diagnosed gluten sensitivity, then there is no reason for you to cut gluten out of your diet. I actually know people who have celiac disease. My girlfriend has a few family members that have celiac disease, and you know, during Christmas or Thanksgiving, I see what they have to go through, and it's not a joke. They don't, you know, it's not something that they want to do because it's cool. It's something that they have to do because if they don't, they get very sick. And when I see people going around saying that, oh, you know, I'm cutting gluten on my diet because it's healthy for you, and then you ask them, why are you cutting gluten out of your diet? And then, you know, and what is gluten? And you ask them that, and it's like they don't even know. They don't know what it is. But once again, it just shows how easily people are duped into believing whatever is in front of them. I mean, look at the Kanoki foot pads. Remember those? Where, you know, they made up all this BS scientific nonsense, and since they said that, you know, this has not been FDA approved, they can pretty much, you know, run wild and make all sorts of crazy ass claims saying that, you know, the positive and negative energy flow of particle beam, blah blah blah, and you know, if you put these foot pads on, you know, it'll take all the negative energy out of your body and it makes you healthy. And then some scientists basically saw what they were doing, and they looked into it, and what they did was when your foot would sweat, it would just change colors. Like, that company made millions upon millions of dollars before people found out about it. But once again, people believe whatever. And you know, this like gluten-free craze, it's ridiculous because if you believe in scientific research, then you have to accept the fact that you know, if you don't eat gluten and you don't have the medically diagnosed conditions like celiac or whatever, then it's actually unhealthy for you to cut gluten out of your diet. That's what the scientific research says. But you see, you know, 1 out of every 3 Americans basically on a gluten-free diet, while only like 1% of the country actually is medically is medically necessary for them to do so. And it's just a sad, sad situation. But you know what? We live in a country where you're free to do what you want to do. And if you want to be a scientifically illiterate person, then you're free to do so. And that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Peace.